Hello and welcome to Sincere Tarot. This is your What Do You Need to Know for March 2022. So pick a number, 1, 2, or 3. Whatever number resonates with you the most, the number that most makes you feel like relief, 1, 2, or 3. That is the timestamp that you go to so you can find out what you need to know and the best advice for this coming March 2022. And definitely make sure you stick around until the end where we do a collective read, and that includes you. All right, so group 1. What does group 1 need to know for March 2022? Just make a bit more space. I got like this new deck, so it's kind of in the way. I'm just going to move it, but this is the first time I made a video with this Angels and Ancestors deck, so definitely stick around for the whole read. Okay, so what you need to know, oh my gosh, ooh, I just pulled out that last card. All right, honestly, I think that you are going to move forward with a relationship. It could be romantic, it could be a friendship, and for some of you, it could be something to do with like work that's related to creativity, or it could be a relationship with a female, maybe a mother or a mother figure. That could be a female boss as well. Where you're going to start a partnership, and both of you are going to move forward with this. Now, the energy in the past is the Knight of Pentacles. So you may have worked together in the past, made money together, maybe lived together, something to do with the physical. Maybe some of you knew each other when you're younger. Maybe this is someone who used to work for you or vice versa. Anyways, so it's something to do with that, making money, something of a practical nature. And you this month are coming up as the 10 of Cups. This is amazing. So you feel the love. You feel like in so many ways your life is fulfilled, you know, relationships, family, work life, extracurricular. You're feeling the love. You're feeling very fulfilled, okay? What you need to know is something about this Queen of Wands energy. And just wait a little bit longer. There's another card I'm going to show you, but so this could be like a female. It could also represent being relatively high up in some sort of industry, creativity, or the arts, advertising, social media, something maybe to do with fame, and performing. But also it's, yeah, this is something, what you need to know is about this female or this particular industry. Now, you and this other person, the energy in between the both of you is the 5 of Swords. So there's animosity. You don't get along with each other, or if this is an industry or something like that, it's something that you don't agree with. And you're like, why do I need it? You know, you feel like you're totally fulfilled, you're not paying attention, you've got your own stuff going on. And this female or industry or project may not have really heeded you much attention in the past, but I think both of you decide in the future, even though and you may have had lots of arguments before. Both of you are very stubborn, okay? And anyone who says they're not stubborn is stubborn. You may have had a lot more animosity towards this person than the other way around. Maybe a bit of jealousy or just negative gossip, things like that. Really negative mindset regardless. But the outcome is the 3 of Wands, and this is a businesswoman, level-headed, lots of wisdom, who's stepping forward in a new direction. And so it's the 3, so the 2 represent you and this other person or opportunity, and then the 3rd wand held by this woman is the new opportunity of the union of you working together, okay? And I think that you are being aspected by the Ace of Swords, so I feel like you might have your defenses up, or you might have a bit of an attitude, you might be a little bit bullheaded, or just a bit forceful with your opinion, perspective. You say what's on your mind, and there's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes it can just come off the wrong way to other people. But it's still important to speak your truth regardless, but you might be a little bit defensive towards this person in a way. And that's understandable with this energy that between you and this other person right now. But look what is aspecting this other person or industry. We've got the Lovers. So I feel like if this is someone who's married, they might be tempted with you, Or if you're both single, you might get together. But if this is business, this is like a new creative union, and I feel like it's almost more beneficial to the other person than you, which is great. All right, let's get some aspecting cards. All right, so yeah, your energy is also being aspected by the 8 of Wands swiftness. So I feel like you may have received a lot of messages from this person. There may have been a lot of recent communication, or you're at least, you know, quite busy with so many activities. You're focused on other things, other projects, busy. But I feel like this person who's being aspected by the Queen of Discs has kind of, because of your work in the past together, or maybe it's like a similar background where you're both very practical and good with money and things like that, dependable, reliable. I think this person is looking at you a little bit differently with some wisdom and like, I think we could work well together. And if it's romantic or a friendship, it could be like, wow, we could have a really good relationship together. But it could be family as well. I think that in the past, there may have, even though like there was always been a little bit of underlying passion and desire that maybe both of you denied, or if this is an industry, there's been, you know, an underlying desire to go with this industry or project or work situation or with family, like, but there's always been a little bit of that passion, even though on the front you might seem just cold and practical and get to the point and kind of attitude. The outcome is 3 of Wands. So you guys, by the Knight of Discs. So I feel like this is a really good union when it comes to making money or moving forward in a secure relationship, just having groundedness. If this is a project, this is something that will really succeed, I feel. Let's get some advice cards for this whole situation, and then we'll pull a spirit guide card. Interesting, the Hermit. I think that even though you're going to have this working relationship or romantic relationship with the other person, it's important, I feel, to keep some things to yourself that are just for you. The other person or situation doesn't have to know everything. Also, it's very good to take time for yourself. Also, it might be a Virgo that you're dealing with. But anyways, just make sure that you know what you believe, what you think, your values, by taking some time to yourself and not taking incoming social media and people's opinions and this and that, like, to be able to connect with your truth, because you are an old soul. Anyone who gets this card is an old soul, so you are tapping into your ancient wisdom. Now let's get a spirit guide advice card. All right, what spirit guide advice for group 1, please, for the situation in March 2022? So we've got Summer, bask in joy and light. I'm just gonna pause this for a sec. Okay, so this is a brand new deck, so I'm gonna be reading directly from the guidebook, okay? But we've got Summer, bask in joy and light, with that beautiful little bumblebee. But before I even read from this, I'll say that, summer is one of the most fun, joyful times of year for everyone. People just get out and enjoy life. So, this is just a reminder to, like, no matter what, enjoy your life and live your life to the fullest. And you can do that while still being productive. Bees are very, very hard workers. They're good communicators, and they work super well as a team. So this is something that I think will be really successful, especially by the time the summer comes along as well. And sometimes bees can represent fertility, femininity. So it's very, very good signs. Lots of fruits of progress. I don't think I said that right. Comment below. Fruits of your labor. That's it. Okay, so the message is bask in joy and light. Rise up, open your wings and shine. Bring your projects and plans out into the light, into manifestation. And I see that happening with that 3 of Wands at the very end as the outcome. Summer has always been recognized as a time for joy, for going on adventures and making memories. Flowers are in full bloom. Animals are enjoying the freedom of the wild summer days and nights. And people are taking holidays, basking in the sunshine and being lifted energetically by the light and warmth. This is the perfect opportunity for you to enjoy the fruits of your labor. That's what I'm saying. Synchronicities. Light has come to banish the darkness. Clarity is arriving too, allowing you to know exactly where you are and how you can move forward. Angels and ancestor guides are encouraging you to enjoy this moment and not to rush forward, because this is a time for pleasure, enjoyment, and expansion. There is a great chance that you have extra energy, creativity, and inspiration at this time. Notice what is coming to you, as it is inspiration directly from the divine. When the summer card arrives in the future position of a spread, or at least the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that coming summer will usher in important energies with regards to your question or intentions. So I feel like this summer, everything, this relationship, this new project will be in full bloom, but also to always remember to enjoy it. Don't always think about future. You also have to enjoy the present, okay? I hope that was helpful, Group 1. Remember to click on the collective reading at the end. Now on to Group 2. Hi, Group 2. So let's see what you need to know. What does Group 2 need to know for March 2022? Interesting so far. I'm going to tell you something, honey, whether you're a guy or a girl, if there's someone you're into, it's never going to happen. At least not this lifetime. Okay? Just going to tell you. But you'll get stronger. Okay, so this is the energy in the past, okay? So this person or situation or organization, and that can be like teams and work and volunteer organizations, any type of club or person. What the energy in the past is the Nine of Wands. A lot of, negative gossip and being really rude and deceitful and just like backstabbing people, okay? And you followed your intuition probably even more than you realize and avoided a much worse situation than necessary. Many, actually. Just a lot of petty, pathetic kind of people. And this might be the energy that you knew this other person in, okay? If this is a past relationship, I'm sorry, you're always on your toes, you're always on eggshells, you can never do anything right, you're always being attacked no matter what you do. And you might think, oh, well, if I, jump this hoop and do this backflip and whatever, then it'll be better. No, it doesn't matter what you do. The energy of this other person or organization or group of people is just really negative. And it's best you kind of have avoided it as much as possible. But so that's really interesting how with this situation, it could have been like a negative work environment or something like that. But I'm just going to say, considering that background, you're coming up as the Queen of Cups, okay? The person or organization you need to know about is the Hanged Man, as in nothing, as in back burner, as in you'll always be waiting. They'll never be ready, okay? And in between, we've got the Two of Swords, which is like indecision. Do I do this? If there's a certain organization or person where you're waiting for them to make a decision, they will never make it. They will never make it. And you are going towards them with love and an open heart. When you get this kind of locked horns kind of attitude, never moving forward, always stagnant. Nothing's happening. And you know what? This person is going through their own journey, okay? Or organization. But if it's a person, they're not entering your life. They're not making the choice to be with you because energetically they just cannot do that right now. They're stuck. It's like this stuck energy. And this is a major arcana, which means like they're going to be stuck potentially for a year or like a long time before they get out of it. This energy, I mean. And you might be wanting them to make a decision and it's just not going to happen. The outcome, you poor thing. We all just want love, but sometimes you give it to the wrong person. Sometimes you give it to the wrong situation. Sometimes you put your heart into something and you get indifference. And I feel like that's kind of the case. a little bit here. The outcome is the Strength card, and that's you moving on from the situation. Both of you are moving on separately, okay? You are being aspected by the Knight of Cups. Your hope with this situation or person in the future, it's like dwindles, but it's almost like a fantasy. It's almost like too idealistic. Like, we've watched too many romances and Disney movies, and we think, oh, if we just keep trying, if I just give more of my heart, if I just show them like my heart and who I am, then they'll want me. And it's not you, it's them. And I'm not joking. The only difference is you don't see it yet. Might be seeing it a bit now. This other person is being aspected by the Five of Cups. Look, they've got a half glass empty attitude. They've had a lot of difficulty in life. They might be going through a midlife crisis. They might be going through a divorce, a breakup, a lot of like problems with their partner. If it's like an organization, there's just disarray and sadness and disappointment with a lot of people, and everyone is only looking at themselves and not thinking about other people, because when you're sad and you're depressed, people tend to get a little bit self-centered. We can't help it. It's just human nature. So just to emphasize, I'll pull some clarification cards, and I've got this really cool new deck, Angels and Ancestors. I'll pull one of these cards for you at the end and for the collective. Yeah, with the outcome of Strength, it's moving on by yourself because you're strong and you're gonna do it, no question. All right, let's get some clarification cards. Okay, look, listen to me. It's not gonna work out. I'm sorry. The energy in the past, look, this Nine of Wands is being aspected by the Four of Pentacles. Anyways, so that it's being aspected by the Four of Pentacles, which is someone who they just don't have, they feel that they don't have enough to give. Do they have enough to give? Yeah, because, you know, everything is infinite, like when we tap into that with manifestation. But they don't feel that way, and they might be like hoarding their emotions, any type of commitment, money, if it's some sort of organization or work. They just feel like they don't have enough to share. And can wait, but you're waiting a long time, but you're not going to wait. I can see that by the outcome. You're also being aspected by the Prince of Wands. I feel like if this is a partner, that you're getting lust confused with love. This person has, or if it's an organization, they both have sparked this, you know, passion and desire within you, and you feel, because you feel that attraction, because you feel this energetic pull, this desire to go forth towards this other person or organization, you feel that because you feel that it's meant to be. Attraction and compatibility have nothing to do with one another. They're mutually exclusive, okay? You can have a passionate desire towards a person or a situation, and just because you feel that doesn't mean it's going to work out, because if it's compatible or not. This person might have a sharp tongue and be really narrow-minded and say things before they're a whole get to the point kind of person. Like, hurry up. They might be debate things, and they're very like singularly focused, and it's hard for them to see a wider perspective. Yeah, and I think they may have sent some rude messages to you. They might have said things disrespectfully and rudely to you, okay? Which is not cool. Just still see you giving your heart. Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups, just saying. The outcome, the Strength card, is being aspected, sorry, my little kitty, by the Ten of Swords. There's going to be something that this other person says, or they will just straight up say no, or they'll say something that's the final nail in the coffin, that you're like, oh my gosh, all this stress, all of these things I thought in my head, anything maybe you thought up, for example, all of these arguments, all of this mental stress, this is they'll give one final nail in the coffin that's just going to make you surrender, and you're like, I cannot do this anymore. And when you finally give up, okay, when you finally realize that this is not a good situation, but there's always hope, there's a fire cat in the future in the volcano, you are going to get on that fire cat or leopard, and you are going to move on. You're going to leave this person and this situation behind, and you will grow. Yeah, maybe not the outcome that you wanted immediately, but you'll realize in the future how this whole situation was just not right for you. All right, let's do some advice cards, then we'll do a spirit guide message. All right, let's get some advice for group 2 for the situation in March 2022. 2 of Wands. Start planning where you're gonna go on your own, or the kind of person that you want, or the kind of situation that you want, the life that you want. Like, where do you actually see your life in 2 years? 2 months, 2 years. Literally, how do you see it? And this whole situation right here, is this conducive to a realistic 2-year plan? Got to think about your passions and desires, and following your intuition. Is there like a project you've been wanting to do for a while, or just something you've been wanting to do for a while and you've just not gotten around to doing it? This isn't necessarily saying do it. That'd be the 3 of Wands. But with the 2 of Wands, it's saying start planning, start manifesting, start dreaming, start organizing, start doing those things, brainstorming, to actually start thinking about, like, just planning and thinking about the path forward, okay? Let's get a angel and ancestors oracle card. Spirit guide, angel advice, please, for group 2. Ooh, animal guardian, trust your instincts. I'm just gonna pause this. Okay, so this is new, so I haven't read all these yet, so I'm just gonna read them. But this one, animal guardian, trust your instincts, is actually on the cover. All right, so let's read what it says. So trust your instincts. What was I saying just before? Follow your instincts. Your instincts have helped you before, okay? Avoid calamities. And 2 of Wands is your advice. You need to start instinctually planning what feels right to you for the future. So trust the powerful animal spirit within to learn more about yourself and your talents. The animal guardian is the card that represents the angels of the animal kingdom. Animals are angels of nature who have incredible lessons to offer and medicine that can support you on your spiritual journey and help you survive some of your greatest challenges. When you connect with the energies of animals, you can learn a lot about yourself and the earth. You also have instinctive animal energy within that can direct you towards everything you need and more. The Animal Guardian card depicts a tribal angel being held and supported by her animals. She has a love for them, and they have a love for her, demonstrating how incredibly connected nature is with the spiritual realms. You have a powerful animal within that can be wild, protective, instinctive, and even calm. Animals don't second guess how they feel. They just express it, and you can learn from that. When this card arises, it's important to connect with how you really feel, how you want to feel, and what you really need. Take the time to connect with your animal energy and express it naturally. Let even the fiercest energy move through you before returning to your natural state. It will teach you a lot about your gifts and how you can grow. And I definitely suggest as well, along with your spirit guides, to tap into your animal instincts this month. It doesn't need to make sense. You just start instinct, what feels right. Feel it in your body, all right? Make sure you click on the timestamp to get to the collective reading. And now on to group 3. Hi, group 3. All right, so let's see. What do you need to know for March 2022? Ooh. Okay, I need a minute with this. This is so interesting. Oh my gosh. When I was first laying out these cards, I was starting with a whole different story until I saw the last few, and then the last one, and I'm like, okay, it's taken a bit of a twist. Okay. This whole situation, this person or organization, work, team, club, family, friends as an organization, okay? Or person, is something that, so in the energy we have in the past with you and this other person is the Nine of Cups. That's the wish card. It's like, I feel like you feel towards the other person specifically that your wishes, and like them somewhat too, but I think almost more you, that your wishes with this person or group will be fulfilled. And you're super optimistic. You're happy being single or working by yourself, but you're wanting to have more, whether it's a partnership with business or love, or friendship or family. But I see it's most likely love, potentially work, could be some sort of other relationship though, okay? So your energy for this month is coming up as the Chariot. So this is someone who could be a Cancer. Well, you might be a Cancer, the other person might be the Cancer, but also like water, earth. And you are so determined. You are a little bit headstrong and just moving forward with a particular goal or objective. You want a particular outcome and you're really, really motivated and just determined, and you're like, you're gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Like, I see a lot of confidence, and yeah, it might actually turn out in your favor. The thing is, the person, the other person or group, I'm just gonna say person from now on, but the other person is coming up as the Four of Cups. So they might be a bit depressed. They might be having some sort of, you know, addiction problems or mental health issues. They're just not in a good place. But both of you, so they're not even really like focused on you or a relationship with you or anything like that, because they're just so down in the dumps, right? The energy in between both of you is the Ten of Pentacles. So I really see that you two could have like a solid, awesome connection and a family, or if this is work, like security, tenure, or if it's any other type of relationship, just like really solid, long-term, good stability kind of relationship. And if it's work, again, it could be making a lot of money, a lot of success, land, profits. And I feel like I'm definitely going to have to do some, well, I will do clarification cards, but there's a few things I'm not sure about yet. There's a few ways that this could go. But the outcome is the World. So I feel like this whole situation, this other person, it's almost like it was meant to be, and the terms of your contract is coming to a finish. But I want to see how, because this other person, so it could be like this type of relationship finishes and it's a celebration, like you've achieved what you came here to do. We all have soul contracts, pre-birth contracts, and this contract might be finishing with this other person or organization, but it's in a celebratory way, like I'm meant to be, this is one of the goals that you had on earth kind of way. And this other person will eventually, I feel like, get that spark of interest for you with the Ace of Cups, that feeling of love, of connection, of intimacy, and just maybe have a bit of a crush on you, because they feel like super lost in love right now. But look, there's one cup that's still upright, so they don't realize they've still got hope, even though they feel like it's a lost cause or whatever. And with that hope, I think they find that spark, that infatuation with you. And you're being aspected by the Two of Cups. So again, this could be romantic, but it could be friendship, it could be business partnership. You see how good this can be. It's like you're 10 steps ahead of this person with how your relationship can be, and it's like you knew that, which is kind of cool. Okay, let's get some aspecting cards about the situation, please. Interesting, I gotta do one more. Oh my gosh, like, just, there's a lot of strong cards with this person and situation. So it might not seem that way, so maybe a little bit on the surface, but these aspecting cards, which to me I feel like are more under the surface, that we've got like 4 more major arcanas. This is a big deal. This was like a soul contract with the person, but I also have to preface that sometimes people think like, oh, I had a soul contract with him or her, and that means we're meant to be together. It's like, no, it doesn't. It meant that, you know, you're meant to have some sort of interaction with each other. It could be for love, but it could also be for the pain that you need to actually grow and change and break an old pattern, and then you leave the person behind. Like, some of the people in our lives that might stick with us the most, other than the ones that our loved ones, are ones that maybe we've had a lot of animosity with. We've learned a lot about ourselves in those situations. So I feel like this is something literally in the stars, because this energy in the past with the Nine of Cups, the, you know, being hopeful, wishful, it's like it was written in the stars. Also might be you or the other person might be in Aquarius, but it's like just feeling your intuition. I feel like this whole thing was agreed actually before you guys were born, and your people, it might almost seem out of the blue how you approach the other person or situation, but people won't necessarily see it on the surface. But it's like, you know, with your intuition that like you have this drive to do it because you're in touch with your intuition deeply. You are being aspected by the Death card, and this is not physical death, it's spiritual. So it's like the end of a cycle, but that makes sense because we also have the World as the outcome, which is also the end of a cycle, but this is like the more painful before it ends. But then this is a bit more in the future where it's like the celebration, right? That everything went just as it should. This is like a snake shedding its skin. And then the World is like that new skin of the snake, like basking in the sunshine. Anyways, it's like the old you has changed and you'll never be the same. Yeah. So you might have taken some people in your life by surprise because they're like, wait, didn't expect this. The other person, yeah, right now, and maybe for some time in like at least the short term, Knight of Discs. So I think that they do see that there could be they want stability, and they have that stability within them. It's just they're feeling so down in the dumps. But I think they definitely come out of it, and I think you help them come out of it. I just picked two aspecting cards. So the outcome we had again was the World, and it's being aspected by the Emperor and Adjustment, which is also known as the Justice card. So I feel like this is you might be are you an Aries, or one of you guys is an Aries, but it might be something to do with work, something to do with your father or their father, or you're a father, or dealing with a father. Sometimes this can represent like a father figure or boss, but yeah, or an Aries. But anyways, there's this energy of just like being determined to do what's right. And also with the Adjustment card, Justice, it's like it makes sense at the same time. So many powerful cards. Okay, can I just get, because I'm so curious about this read, I'm going to pull one more card before I do the advice, and stick around because I've got a new deck, the Angels and Ancestors cards, okay? So let's just do, I'm feeling this one. Okay, let's just do, I just want a few more aspecting cards. Oh, let's do one card for if it's love, the other card for if it's work, and a third card for something else. Okay, so just pick 1, 2, 3. It might be, this just flew out, the King of Pentacles. So that can be if you're high up in work, or have your own business, or businessman, or something in the banks, or of the practical nature, land, creating physical things as well. It might be more to do with work, but it also has to do, it's an authority figure, so it could be someone that's like your father. Anyways, I'm just gonna, okay, 1, 2, or 3, romantic, work, other. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, romantic, work, other. Okay. So if this is to do with your romantic life, it's someone that you don't know very well. Page of Cups is just a start. Like it could just be, maybe you've gone on a few dates, or you've had a few messages, or yeah, it's just something kind of new, very new. And there might be a little bit of an age difference. Water sign potentially. Okay, so if it is work, we've got the 3 of Swords. And so if it's work, this has to do with someone that you guys are not getting along at all. Look at these guys. And there's been betrayal and probably like some back and forth. Look, dressed in the same robe, you used to do all these fun things together. So it's someone at work you used to get along with great, but now you're just like really almost hate each other. But it's like a total stubborn like little kid thing, like I'm not talking to them, they hurt my feelings. Like it might not feel that way, but at the end of the day it all comes from that younger stuff. So you're probably not going to believe me when things are, I'm saying that whoever this person is, things are going to work out amazingly well and your soul contract's finished. So then this drama won't happen again, which is great. Okay? The benefits of soul contracts finishing. Okay, if it's other, it could be your son, or it could be a younger male who might be, okay, if they don't have a crush on you, then it's someone who is just like very open-hearted and interested in things like psychology and might be a bit of a ladies' man, or at least try to. Obviously this could be a female as well that just kind of has a little bit of that boy energy. Yeah, little boy, younger brother, something like that, potentially. This is so interesting. All right, let's get some advice cards. You're gonna have to comment below and tell me what this meant, okay? Advice cards, please. The Lovers, it's going to be a beautiful union. So just like whatever this person or organization or situation is, it's going to be a great union. You might not believe me, some of you, but it's only good outcomes. It's awesome. All right, let's get some spirit guide advice for group 3 for March 2022. Please and thanking you. Interesting. Broken arrow, embrace the energy of peace. Just gonna pause this. Okay, so this is a new deck, so I'm gonna just read it because I'm learning. I haven't read this yet. All right, so broken arrow, embrace the energy of peace. And this makes sense with it being aspected with the 3 of Swords. Well, for those of you in a work situation, okay? You're definitely gonna need to embrace the energy of peace. So let go of the need to defend yourself and prepare to offer peace. You are safe. Just as the arrow card symbolizes defense and protection, the broken arrow card symbolizes peace. In Native American traditions, a broken arrow would mean that tribes were no longer fighting one another, but were making alliances. When you see a broken arrow in a meditation, vision, dream, or reading, it is a message that you no longer need to fight because peace has arrived. This is a powerful symbol of harmony, serenity, and community, and that makes sense with this whole soul contract being kind of finished up. If you have been exposed to a situation in which you have felt the need to protect yourself or defend what you feel is right, know that this is now coming to an end. With the arrival of the broken arrow card, you are being guided to know that the energies of light are entering to wash away all the darkness. You can drop your shields and protection. You are now in a situation that will honor you and honor your needs. Arguments are ending and disagreements are being resolved. Prepare to talk things through and offer the peace that you would like to enjoy. In order to move forward in a more fearless way, it's important for you to let go of the idea that you can be hurt by the situation or the people involved, because this will only work against you. Know that your angelic guides and ancestors are standing around you, protecting you, and taking you lovingly forward. That is a beautiful message. All right, definitely stick around for the collective reading for everyone. Hello, everyone. Now, this is a collective message for what you need to know for March 2022. So I'm very excited to find out, what does the collective need to know for March 2022? Ooh. You may feel like you've lost love or the love in your heart, or you're just feeling like you don't feel disconnected, but it's gonna come back more full force than ever. I really feel like you may have had a relationship in the past. Now, for most of you, it's gonna be a love relationship, but it could be like a best friend, family member, like work organization that you loved, okay? Because we've got this energy, the lovers in the past, okay? Also could be a Gemini. Now, what's going to happen? We're going through so many changes this month or around this month, insane. So our energy is coming up as the star, which can also be an Aquarius, but like the star is like, no matter how dark things are, you can shine so bright. We can shine so bright and have our light just really help people. And this could also be stepping into your creativity, putting yourself out there, fulfilling your life's purpose, creative performance, and just really shining so bright and like showing the true essence of your soul. What you need to know though is, you know, I feel like you're feeling kind of down. There's a part of you that feels down. It's like this almost imbalance. So first off, you and what you need to know, okay? So this Five of Pentacles, it could represent like the loss of a relationship. Somewhat, you grieve the end of a relationship or the end of something that really that you thought was solid, that you thought was like there, slipped through your hands like sand. And it could be something to do with this romantic kind of energy in the past. For most of you, it would have been a romantic relationship or just a super loving relationship. It could be parent-child, okay? Even though you're shining so bright, there's this other aspect of you that's like really sad. But it also could be like another person in your life that's not feeling very good now. If it's a different aspect of you, okay? You know what? Let's actually just speak like this is another person or organization, okay? But it could be an aspect of you. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so this other person is grieving. They're feeling sad. They're feeling down. They're feeling left out on the outskirts. Now, you might just be so in your flow and in your intuition that you don't really recognize that the energy in between is a Three of Cups. So they might not have shared this with you, the depth of their grief and their sorrow, okay? Ultimately, it's something they're going to get through, okay? Whether it be in a minor arcana and a 5, but in the moment, it feels so tough. It feels so horrible. You might be just kind of a bit casual. Maybe they're an acquaintance, but maybe it's almost like you're not having those deep discussions. You just keep things light. Oh yeah, how's it going? Da-da-da, have a little drink, whatever. It could be someone you drink with. Or you have a mutual friend. Or you met through a mutual friend or someone in common. The outcome is this person, I feel like, is going to be hiding certain information from you. It's almost like they have their walls up in a way. And they might be a little bit deceitful about what they want. I'm gonna have to do some clarification cards. I feel like you've completely transformed. Like your transformation is intense, okay? Yeah, and so it's almost like both of you have been so involved in yourself. You've been involved with like spiritual transformation. I mean, come on, starting out as a star and then the death of a star, or just this cycle, you know? The old you is dying away as the new you is being born, right? You're literally going through such an insane transformation right now. These are major arcana, by the way, so even if it's like nothing big has happened or is gonna happen this month, it's like, well, I'm talking about the spiritual level, what's happening under the surface that we don't always see on the surface. Because I feel like this person has a lot of, they might lie to you about relationships or people they know or past lovers or something like that. Or their family or their group. I'm going to pull some extra clarification cards for this one, okay? Clarification cards for the collective for this whole situation, please, because I'm like, what is this? Oh, okay. Okay, this other person might drink too much or have a bit too much of a party animal or something like that. You're going to be better off single, I'm just telling you that. I think this person might actually not want to have you in their life in a way. They might not want to include you. They might, just really keep things to themselves. I think you're going to find out about it though, because this is the Eon, which represents judgment. Oh no, that's the World card. Sorry. But yeah, so it means that, there's just certain things. I think they just keep things almost on an acquaintance-like level because they're also being aspected by the Three of Cups, abundance, but it's kind of like, oh, let's have some fun, celebration. Like it is a fun card, but I think you're going to be going through some dark times, I'm not going to lie. Might be expunging some demons. I feel like you have kept things from them and you've not really shared much of your insights. I feel like, you guys have maybe not maybe you've just had like a narrow kind of topics of discussion and just kind of intellectual. I feel like you haven't really connected in a way. So the thing is, if this is a love relationship, it kind of worked. It worked in the past. It was enough in the past, but I feel like both of you are just going through so much stuff, especially you, that it's just like, it might not fit anymore like how it used to. Honestly, I kind of feel like there might be if this is a love relationship, it's either going to completely change and transform, and then it will be kind of like a new version of a relationship with this person. But for a lot of you, I feel like it's just almost on shaky grounds. I don't necessarily see an end, okay? I just see that, because it's just 1 month I'm talking about, the thought of breaking up, at least with one of you. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Yeah, just gotta, okay, let's get some advice cards. Advice cards for the collective. But yeah, it might not be romantic, it could be friendship, etc. Oh, advice card, 7 of Cups. There's something you are not seeing properly right now, smoke and mirrors. If something seems like it's too good to be true, that's often because it is. There are certain things you're not seeing, or if this is someone that you are dating or in a relationship with or something like that, they might have other options. Even if it's just these things on social media and dating apps, like people feel like they have extra options, or they do have extra options, and yeah, might just be telling you what you want to hear, for example. Okay, let's get a spirit guide message. I feel like we all need this. All right, spirit guide message for the collective for this whole situation in March 2022. Interesting. Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. Just gonna pause that. Okay, so like I was saying earlier in the readings, this is a new deck, Angels and Ancestors, okay? So I'm going to read from it. So we've got your spirit guide advice is, lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. I love the apples. Reap what you have sown and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Grow and expand in all areas of your life. So I feel like you've been maybe a bit too focused in one aspect of your life, or a particular aspect of your life, that you haven't really like expanded it outwards a little bit. That's maybe part of what you're not seeing. The lady known as the Empress in the traditional tarot is the representation of the goddess in her most fertile form. She is an abundant, bountiful, and creative being. She is closely connected to nature because it is her child. She represents maternal energy and has more than enough love to give all who need nurturing. Yet she is a representation of the goddess Venus too, and yearns for a rich relationship with her counterpart, the Lord. In this card, she holds an apple. Its seeds form a perfect pentagram, which in paganism represents the 5 elements of life. So I'm feeling with this message from your spirit guides that, you know, this, whether this is a relationship or an organization or whatever, you weren't fulfilled. Like, you're not fulfilled. And that's why it's difficult, this transformation that you're going through. And it's going to take you to some dark places, but you are going to get through it 100%. But it's necessary because you weren't living the life that you deserve. It's almost like you deserve better. Sometimes people have relationships or things taken away from them in their life, and they feel like, why me? Why me? Well, you know what? In retrospect, sometimes that's the universe or God just being like, you know what? This isn't good enough for you. Why are you settling with this? And so they rip it away from you to make space for something new, okay? Fertility, growth, and abundance are all imminent when the lady arrives in your life. All the seeds you have planted are coming to life, and there are plenty more rewards to come. In a material sense, this card can represent financial security and comfort. It shows that there will be more than enough to go around. If you are making business deals or setting intentions to create financial growth, this card indicates a considerable amount of monetary success. The lady can also usher in other forms of abundance. Excuse me. I don't like holding sneezes in. Comment below if you don't either. The lady can also usher in other forms of abundance, opportunities, marriage proposals, and even the birth of a child. She will help you respect nature and connect with its forces in order to have a genuine, supported journey through life. So I also feel like this is a message to connect to nature, because whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. We all have divine masculine and divine feminine. And, you know, your spirit guide message is to say, like, if you connect to nature, that will help you connect with your divine feminine, you know, where you have all the answers and intuition, and you know your worth, right? And so remember your worth, because you are royalty, okay? So don't ever let anyone or any situation treat you any less. I hope you found this helpful. Please comment below. Did you pick 1, 2, or 3? Did it resonate with you? Yeah, and I hope, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and share this if you feel like this is helpful for anyone that you know. There's information on how to contact me for readings in the description. And I really hope that you all have a wonderful March 2022.